Hello. I would like all of you here today think of a time when you have felt excluded in some way. Now, I would like you to think of a time when you wanted to help someone that felt excluded because you remember how you felt. If you had that feeling of wanting to help, you have one of Abby Wambach's passions under your fingertips. This topic should be important to you because it shows how with a little hard work you can accomplish anything. Abby Wambach is a world-renowned soccer player whose impact goes far beyond the pitch. To illustrate this, we will look at her life story with soccer, her accomplishments, and her career after soccer. First, I would like to tell you about Abby's long life story with soccer. Abby Wambach grew up in Rochester, New York, and she was born on June 2nd, 1980. She grew up playing sports as a kid, and she was pretty good at soccer, so she was put on all of the boys' teams. After graduating from Our Lady Mercy School for Young Women, she went on to the University of Florida. She continued playing soccer there and was later named All-Southeastern Conference for 4 seasons. She was also named Conference Player of the Year twice. Her first appearance on the USWNT, also known as the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team, was in 2001. In that same year, she was selected by the Washington Freedom Association draft, being the overall pick. She became teammates with Mia Hamm, and they together had 66 points in 2003. Later in 2013, Abby married Sarah Huffman. They were teammates and longtime partners, but later that same year they got a divorce. Abby married Glennon Doyle in 2017. They have been married since, and they have 3 children, Chase, Tish, and Emma. Although Abby is their stepmom, she loves them and says in an article titled Abby Wambach and Wife Glennon Doyle on Co-Parenting by Ali Nas on May 28, 2020, "The kids and Glennon have taught me everything." Now, switching over to her accomplishments. These accomplishments will make you realize that the accomplishments in her childhood were just a stepping stone for her to be able to achieve these. One of Abby's biggest accomplishments is that she was named Player of the Year for a total of 6 times. According to the USWNT website, under the Players tab, Abby's profile says, Wambach finally earned top honors as FIFA Women's World Player of the Year in 2012. Naturally, it was one of the best years of her brilliant career. One where she pounded in 27 goals. She also had 8 assists, as well as set a U.S. and Olympic record by scoring in the first 5 matches of the 2012 Olympics. Abby was part of the USWNT when they won the gold medal in 2004 and 2012. She was also the top scorer in both the World Cup and the Olympics. According to an article titled Abby Wambach Through the Years by SI staff on December 16, 2015, she is the top scorer in international soccer history with 184 goals. Finally, let's look at her career after her journey with soccer. Abby is now part of the We Can Do Hard Things podcast with her wife Glennon. It says in an article by Glennon on the We Can Do Hard Things podcast page, on We Can Do Hard Things, my wife Abby Wambach, my sister Amanda Doyle, and I will do the only thing we found that has ever made life easier. We will drop the fake and talk honestly about the hard. Each week we will bring our hard to you, and we will ask you to bring your hard to us, and we will do what we were all meant to do down here. Help each other carry the hard so that we can all live a little bit lighter and braver, more free and less alone. Abby also wrote a book called Wolfpack. In the book, she focuses on motivating women to become leaders. Abby says, "If I could go back and tell my younger self one thing, it would be this. Abby, you were never Little Red Riding Hood. You were always the wolf." She told this to graduates during a commencement speech at Barnard College in New York on May 18, 2018. Abby is an advocate for gender equality. She always wished that she did more while she was in soccer. Now that she is retired, her drive for change is so much bigger. The increase in prize money for the women's soccer program was a huge success, and there was a 6-year legal battle. It ended with a multi-million-dollar settlement, with new contracts agreeing to equal pay. Abby celebrated the victory and shared her thoughts on the We Can Do Hard Things podcast with her wife, Glennon. Abby says in an article by Marissa Charles on May 11, 2022, "It is a huge deal because it is also not just a statement for this team in soccer. This is a statement for women everywhere. Women in any industry can benefit from this verdict." In conclusion, Abby Wambach is a world-renowned soccer player whose impact goes far beyond the pitch. We now know this because we looked at her life story with soccer, her accomplishments, and her career after soccer. Abby has achieved many things throughout her life, and she continues to do every day.